Hello everyone and welcome back to StoneHearth and to an autosave. In the last episode we managed to set up our bridge down here and also start fending off a number of raids. The land is not as safe as it once was and we really do need to start dealing with that. But before we get down to too much heavy work, I want to address a few things that were suggested in the comments. Thank you, by the way, to everyone who has been pitching in with suggestions on how to better fortify or just how to better use the resources that we have. First and foremost, I had not set up a new hunting ground, a new trappers area to get bug meat. That is something that we definitely need to do. You'll also notice that I have taken away this little area down here. I think I'm going to have to try and be a little bit more specific in how we dig this out because we are starting to really run low on time. I really need this stone gotten in because in this episode my primary concern, the primary goal really, is to get a knight. Whilst we're trying to work on getting a knight, I am going to try and get our little army up to snuff by taking on a couple more of the areas. Now, right now we've got a bunch of goblins dotted around the landscape, and that will be some decent training initially, but as we've seen, we're starting to see some higher level goblins showing up that are going to be a little bit more difficult. Or they may even be orcs that we've seen up to now. I'm not entirely certain on that one. One thing to note though is we are seeing this one is very wild, but this one a little wild. Let's see if we can't fix that up just a tiny bit. Now you can do all sorts of things like planting trees, that will affect it. Moving plants over will also affect it. I don't really mind moving away our collection of plants out here at this point. We might just plant down a bunch of seeds and then harvest everything here and then plant whatever we might have left as we get the opportunity to. Now, one other thing I didn't set up, we are making fertilizer. You know what, you just use whatever fertilizers we've got for this. Or I guess I could just tell you, use specific fertilizers. Sure. Use these fertilizers, please, and thank you. There we go. That should take care of that. Now, again, as I was mentioning, the chief concern right now is to get our blacksmith up to the point that we can make a knight's shield and then turn some of our footmen or all of our footmen into knights. Probably just one. We might even expand our footmen a little bit. We also want to try and fence off certain areas where we can. Over here, it's probably going to be more of a construction, a wall specifically. But on this side, a fence should do everything we need. We could, I suppose, turn this into a wall as well if we really, really, really wanted to. And maybe we do because we could then have archers up there. It's a bit hard to say, but I'm not, again, just to reiterate, I'm not going to make a perfectly sealed-in camp. I'm not going to have walls if they don't have gates. That's not the way that we're going to be playing this, even if that means that ultimately we're going to lose. All right, so first and foremost, in fact, I'm going to pause this one because I think it's going to be a bit of a... We need to have a quick look over things. Right now, I think we've currently got as many beds as we can have. I believe everyone has a bed. I could be wrong, and the easiest way for me to check that is just go into a bed. This is currently set to William. Have we got it? Oh, we do. We do have one person who doesn't have a bed. So let's make sure that we place a bed down for Silkas. We don't have a bed there. So go ahead and make me a bed, please. And thank you. We are going to need that one. There we go. That should do everything we need there. Next up, I wouldn't mind getting a clay market stall, honestly, because this will allow us to pull in some merchants if we would like. In fact, I would like that so much. Make me 2 of them. This way we can possibly even buy the necessary equipment. If we can get a blacksmith, for example, who can bring me a knight shield or perhaps soldiers, then we may be able to do everything we need to do there. Another tip that I was given is, generally speaking, it would be better if I am selling finished goods rather than just clay. For example, this would take 2 clay to make. The clay itself is worth practically nothing, but this is worth 14. If we have a look at this, it's worth 6, it takes 2, well, so this one is definitely the one to go for. Teapot also takes 2, I mean, that makes sense. Of course, a teapot is worth more, naturally. This only takes 1 and 1 and would actually allow us to do something with our cactus flowers in a way. Actually, sure. Go ahead and maintain 10 of these, please. Let's get that going. Likewise, maintain 10 teapots if we could. That would be very, very good. Don't use the best quality stuff for now. These are going to be trade goods. So for the time being, that will do well enough. There we go. That should be fine for the time being. Now, in terms of our blacksmith really doesn't have much to do, which is quite unfortunate. I need my blacksmith to be making things at the moment. Some things we could make. If we could make bronze, do we have the means? We don't have tin ore at the moment. That's a bit of a shame. Do we have anything we can make? No, we need tin ingots there. We could make the copper ingots required to make the cook spoon. Okay, well, first and foremost then, maintain 10 copper ingots. And then beyond that, make another... How many do they need? They need 2, so go ahead and make another 10. That should be fine. Just so that we've got all of that made, as much as we can make. Now, the tools that we can make over here will generally improve the jobs. So we're going to pop that one down. Go ahead. There we are. And then we'll just cancel that make 2. We don't need that one there. But this one will allow our cook just to be a little bit better. Improve the cook's efficiency. Now, I don't know if that means just speed or whether they'll be able to just make better quality items. Let's hope it is the latter. Now, so that's covered both the potter and the blacksmith. Now, the mason. The problem with the mason is that right now our blacksmith is waiting on the stone, I believe, to get this made. Yeah, that's the only thing. So, as much as I want this, and I really, really do need it, actually, I think I'm going to disable my mason. That's a bit of a rough one there, though. Perhaps I could just have people... No, we need it. We need it. I need to focus. So the mason needs to stop. The other crafts aren't going to help the blacksmith get their job done any sooner, so it doesn't matter that we've got it going. Now, down here, I'm going to reorder these a little bit. Now, generally speaking, I prefer to have the thing that has no prerequisites at the bottom, then leather at the top. And the reason for this is that if this was the other way around, then we would make 10 spools of thread, then we'd make 1 leather, then another spool of thread, then 1 more leather. Now, this way around, we would make as many leathers as we had spools of thread, then make 1 spool of thread, then 1 leather, then 1 spool of thread, then 1 leather, until we had 10 leathers, and then we'd flesh it out with as many spools of thread as we had available. And as leather was used, we'd make more spools of thread. It just kind of forces the order in which you build things. Right now, we won't make any cloth until we've got 10 leather, because we'll use up the spools of thread faster than we can there, which is a bit of a problem. Wow, porcelain curtains. My goodness, that is swish. My lord. But not getting distracted, hopefully, I think we need to focus on getting some better defensive materials available to our crafters. Now, these are generally better. In fact, they are flat out better. They are light armor and are equipable only by footmen. So they're all the same. Right, in that case, I would like you to maintain 1. 1 of each. And this should really go at the... Ooh. Okay, let's get rid of those completely. Unfortunately, they are going to get a little bit janky there. We can have the padded desert vest, but we don't want it. We want this one, more leather and spools of thread. Now, the nice thing about the way that StoneHearth does this is that when they make an item, they are specifically caring about the undeployed items. I don't know if this is Ace mod shenanigans or whether it is base game behavior, but in the case of this, where we've already got 2 deployed, we'll still make 1, and until we've got just 1 in storage, they'll keep making them. Likewise here, we'll make 1, it'll immediately get equipped, and then they'll make another, and then they'll make another, and that's the way that one will go through. I do need to make sure that we've got bags of cloth, though, being maintained at a quantity of 10, I would say, and we'll pop that one right up there. Right, next up, we have workers' outfits. Now, this one requires cloth and thread. This will allow our workers in the summer to be kept cool. It'll protect them from hot weather. Double stitching and strategically placed padding improves the worker's efficiency. The worker who dons this upgraded outfit will move faster. I quite like it. Your town loves you. Oh, that's actually quite sweet. Your town does love you. We'll have that one there. We'll also have winter gear because we are actually in winter now, and this does more or less the same thing. Create a tepid leather outfit Protects from cold weather, but with no added benefits. That's a bit of a shame. I guess this one also improves speed. I suppose. We don't have wool. So we're just going to have to try for that one. That's a little bit of a shame, but it is the way it is. We'll pop that one down there. Furthermore, we can have backpacks. Now, this requires any soft metal. I assume the copper would be considered that. A leather worker's backpack. Craft a very useful accessory that will allow workers to be much more efficient at hauling. Workers with backpacks won't be slowed down by carrying things and will unpack faster. Well, I like that. What about this one? Is it just a difference of the amount of capacity or something? Or maybe, I mean, cloth is a reasonably hard to come by resource, but we're not going to be at the point where we can make those for a little while. So we'll just have that one down. In fact, I'm going to have that one above. We're going to make armor first, then we'll make backpacks, and then we'll make clothing for our workers. And I think that should be a big help for us. Now, in here, we want plenty of sausages, some bone meal. I mean, you know, that's reasonable. We are making some broth. We are making tasty bug stew. We are making bug meat kebab. And we're making golden good curry. Are there any other things we can... We can actually make some meat stew at tagini. I'm not actually sure at all how that one would be pronounced, but we'll make 10 of these. Let's have 10 of those being made. These are nice foods for our peoples. Rabbit feed. Okay. We're not going to be able to do that one. Any grain. We're not making grain yet, but maybe we could do. Maybe that's something that we could look at. Portion of wheat dough. Okay. A cheese vat. No, I think generally speaking, our cook is doing a fine job right now. We don't need any more work from them. Now, as for the seeds, these are reasonable things for us to be looking at. Let's have a quick look. We're making prickly pear seeds, 10 prickly pear seeds at any one time, 5 tumbleweed seeds. Honestly, I think I would prefer more tumbleweed seeds. So let's set, well, that said, we're making 20 down there. Actually, no. We've already been through this. Aavak, my lord. Let's make 5 and then we'll shift those around a little bit. Where did that go? There we go. And then this one can go all the way down the bottom with the tumbleweed seeds. There we are. That'll work out fine. So tumbleweed seeds, wild cactus seeds. Do we really need more than that? I don't know. It costs 2 to spend 3, and I think those cactus flowers actually sell for a little bit more. But sure, okay. Maintain 10. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are maintaining a reasonable stock of the seeds. And for that reason, we're going to drop down our tumbleweed seeds as well for exactly the same reason. I just want 10 of them to be maintained if possible. There we are. And that will do quite nicely. What's the next seed that we're keeping? We've got frost snaps, snow poppies, and violet seeds. And we do want all of those. Moonbell seeds we don't have access to. Marble sprouts as well. Bright bell. We absolutely want bright bell seeds. They're really important for us, actually. Whether we can get them set up, I'm not sure. I don't see any of the other seeds that we've actually had around. I guess we've got tulip cactus. Sure, okay. Maintain 5. That shouldn't be a problem. In fact, we'll pop that up at the top there. And then just slide it all the way down. In terms of its importance, I don't think it's particularly that high in importance. And we'll also then get 10 to be maintained as well. Now, the potions... Honestly, I think the potions need to be... Well, no, the seeds do need to be gathered as a matter of high priority, because if we lose the seeds, then we lose access to that thing. We've already produced this, so we don't need any more of it. Cotton seeds. Trade or gift it to allow another culture to cultivate cotton. We don't need that. We're already fine with that one. Now, we could make things like heavy bandages, light bandages. We could even make some gentle flower vases. They're reasonably decent value. Heavy bandage used by the herbalist to provide a lot of healing. Good for heavy wounds. What have we got here? Strength tonic. Buffs muscle of all halflings for a short time. The courage tonic. We would need various again. Increases the courage of all town citizens for a short while. We've got stamina tonic. Buffs stamina of all halflings for a short while. And... we've also got energy tonic. I think we should keep a stock of all tonics at all times. Simply because that will allow us, should the need arise, to use these tonics in a pinch. If we've already seen that we are starting to see some bigger fights. Now these are ones that you deploy, you place them on the ground, and then you can use them when you need to, and it'll affect the entire town. I am actually going to have those, well, no. For the same reason I'm not going to have them above the seats. I keep wanting to say that, and yet there's a part of me that's like, yes, but that is not a very good long-term strategy. Because what if I use the last of something to make a tonic, and then I can't have seeds? It is better, by far, to do it this way. I've got some small bandages. Do I really? I don't want to use cloth. I'll be honest, I really don't want to use cloth. That is not something that I can easily justify, but we will get some better bandages there. In terms of our fertilizer, that's actually worth a reasonable amount. How about, can we make a better fertilizer? We could use charcoal to make it. We could use fish roe or a basket of caviar. No, we'll just keep with the simple fertilizer for now. We should keep a regular stock. There we go. That was a bit of work. I do apologize for it, but now everyone should be on the same page in terms of what we're making. As there are lots of people who are enjoying giving me advice, I feel that it's important that you all know what I'm already working on, so that you know what advice will be useful. Right, so with that done, hopefully we can start getting things shifted in. I may honestly just harvest everything out here. We don't need it as much now that we've got the farms. And on that note, can we actually make different types of farms? Have we got other things? We do. We've got watermelon, paddy field, acacia tree, cactus saplings. Ooh, goblin ready paddy. Oh no. Okay. Right. Well, that's useful timing, I suppose. Right. Manu, Jin, Big Al, William. Where is our cleric? Obsidian Mist is currently defending the town. Chasing Mud the Olive. No. What I would like is the entire town's defense force move out here. Let's go ahead and get that on the go. And then from there, we will push forward and try and take you guys out. Can I? Flightless avian who lays giant eggs. Needs a little bit of everything. I might be able to slay that bird. I'm not sure. Right. Currently, the last bed should be being placed, and we don't have any room for anyone else. I'm going to say no to any more people until we actually have beds. Because right now, we're already quite exceeding our ability to house our population. And I don't want to have more and more people joining the colony when I can't actually give them a place to sleep. Oh, there we go. Farmer level 4. That's actually fantastic. You can become a shepherd, but not until we've got a carpenter. Another reason why we need to get our blacksmith up and running as fast as we possibly can. There we go, well done. And let's just take this one down. And pop. No, not pop yet. There we go. No, come on. There we are, well done. Obsidian Mist, Defender, has achieved Cleric level 5. Well done. Very well done. What was that they dropped? A Goblin Honor Totem. You know what? You keep sending people at me, and whilst you're doing that, I don't feel comfortable having my my soldiers stand down and do civilian duties. So I really hope this doesn't lead to Bluebell not being alive anymore. But let's get out there and take down. Oh, Reaver level 4. Well done. Take on the town. Let's just wipe that out for now. Lady Wolfheart has achieved a new title, Prolific Crafter. Well done, Lady Wolfheart. Very well done, in fact. Oh. What are we, oh, we're probably making bars of copper right now. Unfortunately, we're probably not making what I was hoping that we were making. Sark, a Black Hammer has arrived with equipment to sell. Well, now then, Sark. The skull cap, padded vest, cloth padded helmet. I will buy all of this. Well, I'll buy one of all of this. Oh, that being said. Bronze axe, a heavier alternative for a starting metal weapon. Two-handed. Sure, I'll pick it up. You know what? Who am I kidding? I'm going to buy it all. I have got a lot of materials that I should be able to sell, though. Let's look again for finished goods. We're going to sell all of the fantastic meals we have. And frankly, I'm also going to sell all of these totems. I don't want any of these goblin trophies cluttering up our area. No, no, no. We've got pear cactus. No, well... I mean, the seeds aren't terrible things to sell. But honestly, I'm not sure that they're the best ones to get rid of. There we go. We've already got the furniture there. Okay, well, that's fine. Thank you very much for dropping by. That was very, very useful for us. Now, let's get this bed placed so that our friend there has a place to sleep. We've also got this ready. No, we'll place... Well, no, we won't place that down. We're going to watch this little fight over here. Let's have a quick gander at you. You bringing the war party out to have a fight now? Hopefully. No, there we go. Took you a little while to realise that your goblins were under attack. Where is everyone else? Really? Footman, I feel that... it's very brave. But I think just charging ahead like that, so far ahead of everyone else, is a little bit dumb. Just a tiny bit. Just a little bit not clever, I feel. There we go. Let's wipe this scallywag out, if you could, please. Don't. Oh, damn it. Well, that's what happens when you leave your clerics behind. You fools. Now someone's going to have to come and rescue William. Oh, that's quite vexing, but oh well. Oh, there we go. We've managed to drop their health low enough. Oh no, you took out our footman. Okay, well, we're probably okay. It looks like these are goblin crafters of some sort. They're not interested in fighting, so that's just as well, because our footman got trounced. Now, part of that... Oh, that's suddenly bright. Part of that is simply that we weren't micromanaging. The Scarred has gone down 5 times. Goblin Slayer has killed 5 goblins. Chieftain Crew Armguard is defeated. Ow! It hurts! Down my sheep. Me loves her always. You know when Argo coming. Soothsayer say, Argo crush everyone. Where is your sheep? Please don't kill the sheep this time. There are certain sins that cannot be forgiven. No, it doesn't look like they're going to kill the sheep this time. Alright. Right, Plumber's Mac should be back in town and we'll take care of our halflings here, assuming that someone comes and rescues Big Al before Big Al. Really? You prioritized a piece of jerky over Big Al? You scoundrel. Who just rescued Big Al? Aquatami. Well done, Aquatami. Manu's Goblin Slayer killed 5 more goblins. Are these counting as goblins? Because that's quite amusing if they are. Yeah, it looks like the whole town is mobilizing right now to try and grab all of that loot. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I guess it's something we're going to have to accept. You were very low on health, yeah. Prepared food, we've got more than enough. We're almost all content, but no one is merry. It's going to take us time. It is going to take us time to get that one, unfortunately. And that does sadden me quite a lot. Right, well, let's go ahead and set up another farm. Right, this one should be for... I don't want it to be fallow. We want this one for... corn, I think. Now, how much water does corn want? 13.1 to 38.2. That's 5.9. How much, if we surround it with water, how much does it give? 16.9. Is that all? I have 16.9. And this wants 13.1. I suppose, okay, that's fine. We can make that happen. Obsidian Mist has become a goblin killer as well. And Manu is now a goblin decimator. Has killed 10 goblins. They're really good at it. That's... I mean, I suppose when they're your enemy, being good at killing them is good, but it also sounds kind of rough. Let's go ahead and get this little area dug out so that we've got a nice little irrigation channel there. Resume mining. Actually, I should probably go ahead and get another thing of corn as well, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that as well. So, corn down here, and once again, make sure they're using fertilizer where possible. There we are. And then we'll just dig this out as well. There we go. Now, this is still a bit of a security risk there. I'm a little bit concerned about it, but we're going to just have to see how it goes. It's going to take you a little while, but at least you're not attacking Bluebell the sheep. You know, I can forgive quite a lot of things if it doesn't involve murdering a sheep for no good reason. There we go. Alright, you can head on back. Right, okay, well, our halflings should be being healed up, I think. Let's turn on Slice so I can just see in. There we are. Actually, you're doing fairly well with your health. Yeah, that's not bad at all. And we've also got William over there healing up as well. Well done. Right. Okay, Silkass. There you go. You've now got a bed. And as soon as we can, that bed will be set up to be thatched. So it'll at least be a little bit more comfortable. Now, with that done, have we been able to make this? No. We're still plodding along with making as many copper bars as we can right now. Let's have a look at Silkass, actually. How are you doing, Silkass, in terms of your skill? You're on the way to level 2. We're going to need you to be at level 2 to be able to actually prepare the Night Shield that we want. For the time being, though, let's have a quick gander around. Is there much going on? It doesn't look too bad. It looks quite nice, actually. Now, can we at all slay this creature? Can I send my army out to kill it? Because I really, really want some feathers. No. Well, that is unfortunate. The Northern Alliance, definitely their archers absolutely can. Ah, but wait. Perhaps, can I have Manu go forth and slay? Can you? No. Well, that is quite tragic, I'll be honest. Right, Big Al, it looks like is no longer unconscious, so our healers are, our clerics that are just going out of their way now to heal Big Al. That's great. We've got some oak blocks over there we don't really care for, though. A large goblin totem, in fact quite a few of them. Let's bring those in, if you wouldn't mind. No? No? I'm not sure why these goblin wooden shield displays aren't coming in. The goblin sneaks into camp. Well, that's not actually true, is it? No goblin has actually snuck into camp. Right, well, I'm going to try and avoid giving my halflings too many jobs to do right now, as I really, really want to try and get them to focus on getting this stone. We desperately need it. We no longer have our mason doing any work. We are focusing instead on getting the blacksmith up and running. But one last thing we can check before I lay down a cut is how we're doing with these orders. We can't see which is which. I guess we can just click on them. One is deployed. Okay, that's cool. There's one deployed there. Doesn't say. Oh yeah, we've got one of each. We've already deployed 2 of these. That's fantastic. We've not. Oh, we've also deployed 2 simple worker leather jackets. Oh, that's grand. So we are actually getting our citizens equipped. That is genuinely quite awesome. I like it. Okay, well, I'll bring you back when we have something to report. A grizzled traveller appears on the horizon. Oh there, township. How are things for you? It's been pretty quiet, but you know, it's a bad sign when the birds stop singing. My guess is wolves. Goblin wolves. Watch your borders. You don't want to fight them after their trainers got them into a lather, you hear? Bunker down if you need to, or run. Running's good. No shame in surviving another day. Okay, have we got goblin wolves on the horizon? That is actually quite worrying. Alright, well, as it happens, we have got a little bit of progress to report. Namely, our blacksmith has reached blacksmith level 2, thanks to all of the coppering that they oh my lord, that they were working on. They have already built an anvil, and they are currently working to build a blacksmith's crucible. After that, they can make a blacksmith's kiln. My goodness, I've already queued up a couple of things that they can work on. We've got a lot of options ahead of us. A lot of options as it happens. That is going to be fantastic. Now, when we've got the kiln, we can actually start making charcoal. It'll take a little bit of time to make. We can make 8 charcoal if we have a little bit more skill. But honestly, just having some charcoal available is going to be important, because charcoal is a higher quality fuel. All things said and done, so it'll be very useful for us to have that available for crafting purposes. Now, I don't know where our blacksmith is presently, and I'm very hopeful that they are out there gathering some more things. We should be digging into these walls right now. We are probably also going to want to Honestly, let's go all the way up. Ooh, that's right. I haven't placed down these. Oh, there we go. The blacksmith is set up. Ah, there's so many things happening all at once. I was not prepared. Right, okay. Well, first, let's pop you in there. And then the blacksmith's anvil. If we can place that one as well, that would be grand. We'll pop that one just about there, I think. Should be perfect. Now, we've got a couple of potions around that I would like to place down. Let's pop them in an easily accessible location for me, shall we? You don't need many of these. You don't use them very quickly at all. Every time you use one, you're pretty much going to pop another one down, and they last for a little while, so you're not going to go through them too fast. So that's all set up in there. Next up, we are going to want some market stalls, frankly. Now, these are going to be temporary. We can pull them down later, I would hope. We'll pop down 2, since 2 will allow us to summon 2 separate traders at a time. And that is going to be very, very important for us. Okay, well, we've got a lot of things for our people to start work on. I am so excited. Let's see these go down. And if I want to use it, there we go. We can just use it like that. Right. Now, with this built, we can summon a trader. Call a merchant. A young cook has arrived with a trunk of breakfast foods. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted there, was it? No, there's really nothing there I want. So, thank you very much, but no thank you. Hopefully, we'll get the next one set up before too long. And then I can summon in another one. There we go. Anvil is down. Blacksmith is working very, very hard. Oh, this is fantastic. Absolutely magnificent, I must say. We're still mining through the bits of stone over on this side, but honestly, I kind of feel that we want to get our military up top and fighting. But if we are in a position where we might be able to get all of this set up... Oh, there we go. Let's pop that in. If we're in a position where we might be able to get our knight's shield made, oh, that's going to be grand. Because we'll immediately... Oh, we're out of clay. What? We're out of clay. My goodness, that's crapped up on us. Alright, well, given that, I'll expand out a little bit of mining as well. Let's just try and make sure that we've still got access to this wall, because currently that's where we're getting our stone from. So let's just dig that down there. And that should be fine. There we go. Resume mining. And we should make that into a proper staircase all the way up. Now, as soon as we've got that knight shield, which shouldn't take us too long because our blacksmith is making all of the required components, though we could probably speed this along by having some bins nearby with the ores required. Are you working? You may be making it. Oh, happiest of days. Once we've got a knight, I am going to be so much more confident about our combat situation. A knight is effectively a tank. It is your typical tank, so it will have taunt and similar abilities. Let's go ahead and get 3 new bins made as a priority. We have ruined our clay stocks. That is a little bit of a problem, but oh well. Tomcat has got a new title. Prolific crafter. Well done, Tomcat. Very well done. You're working on all of the weaving jobs. I'm very, very happy to see all that being done for us. Perhaps we should actually have our weaver... Actually, yes, given the cotton is a renewable resource, we should not be using clay as our trade material. We should just be making curtains and the likes. I really should have realized that earlier. My lord, where is my brain? Where has it gone? I lost my mind. Right, let's set up a simple bit of just trade goods here. That's all we want. I could make... Wow, that would be very gorgeous, but no. A wall-mounted tapestry would get us 35. Anything else particularly nice? No, those are all covered in gold flakes. We're not going to be doing that. 20 for a toy. We'd need wool, though. Alright, well, let's, for the time being, go with the wall-mounted tapestries. I think they'll probably be better for us. This one uses a bit of wood, you see, and I don't want to necessarily use that up. That being said, decorative throw rugs. I would genuinely actually like 10 of those as a craft to be had in the colony, just for making the colony a little bit prettier. As for this one, though, we are going to want to maintain, let's say 20. If you've got the means, because this is made purely out of cotton, effectively. We can have that just down here as well. There we go. That'll work out quite nicely, I think. Right, we've got our second market stall up and running. But let's just go and check on those goblin thieves. Where are they? Yes, there's the goblins up there. We just need to get up there, really, and to deal with them directly. Alright, let's set that up, well, no, I'm gonna continue waiting on the Knight Shield because I would like our Knight with us when we do that. So let's just jump in here, call a merchant. Who are we gonna get? Edgar Plankington has arrived with doors and windows for sale. I mean, it's not a terrible... Ooh. Now, if you showed up with these earlier, I would totally have bought them, but for now, no. A stone double door, a stone tunnel door. If you had any, like, locked doors, I might have accepted, but no, I'm afraid no. Thank you, though. I do appreciate it. Yes, our tool is that it is time for us to get a knight. Oh, happiest of happy days. This is truly marvellous. Now, with regards to our current setup of willingness to fight, having high spirit means that your warrior is going to stay in the fight longer, which is great. Obsidian Mist, possibly not the best. Plumsback, possibly not the best. Having our archers willing to bail is good because we don't want them necessarily on the front line. But neither of you are any good to me as warriors because you'll just run away, I feel. And, you know, it's no shade being cast. He who fights but runs away may live to fight another day. There is a reason why that saying gets brought up so often. Surviving is never the wrong choice, but it would be the wrong choice to put someone who will put their survival ahead of the survival of the town into a frontline role in the military, in my opinion. That would be my mistake. There we are. Big Al the Scarred is now a level 1 knight. Fortify. Increases stamina, courage, and draws attention from monsters. Squire training. A knight can use training dummies to train. Right, okay. Well, let's have a look at what abilities the knight can get. It's good that we're using Big Al for this, because Big Al has probably the highest health of anyone in Aavakeen. Damage reduction rank 1. The knight gains an additional 10% defense from equipment. That's nice. Shout. The knight intimidates the opponent, drawing attention from nearby enemies. And rank 2. Fortify. Stamina and courage increased greatly. Rank 2 gives us 20% armor from equipment. Inspiring presence. The knight boosts courage of everyone around. And Hero's Horn. The knight sounds a horn of combat, drawing the attention of enemies both near and indeed far. Well, that is going to be brilliant if we can get you fully leveled up there. That will be fantastic. And you are already training. Marvellous work. But you have almost no real defensive equipment now because you've changed jobs. Ooh, we're going to need to have a look at that because the equipment we previously had was specific for footmen. You don't even have a particularly good weapon. Well, we're going to need to change that, aren't we? Okay, let's have a quick gander then at our options. What options do we have? I believe our smith should be able to put something together for this. We haven't yet built the kiln, that's fine. We have, however, built a cook spoon. There we go. So our cook will be using a better tool. We could possibly even make a potter's iron cutter, so our potter would have a better tool. Sure. Okay, we'll pop that in as well. Herbalist pewter mortar. We can make workers' iron tools if we had the means to. Cast iron holder. Craft a fancy holder that can store up to 4 bundles of firewood. That is rather fancy. Let's go fancy. Right, a short iron scimitar. 14 attack. Right, we want one of these. No, just one. But use the best stuff we've got available for it, please. Thank you. There we are. Do we have any decent equipment? Equipment of level 1. Oh, well, of course, the knight shield is a specific type of shield. But sure, I wouldn't mind making one of these as well to replace the shields that we've currently got. Do we have bronze ingots? We do. Ooh, we may only have one. Let me just double check something first. Bronze that has headdress. This is for a... Oh, it needs 3. We can, however, make iron gilded cuirass. Yes, make one of these, please. We will go ahead and make that shield, though. That can be dumped. We don't need that in the list of items here. Alright, let's go to orders. Make sure that everything is queued up correctly. Yes. Alright, we're going to need some more wood logs, though. Honestly, we need to set up an actual tree farm somewhere nearby, I feel. Probably. Oh. Well. I was about to say, we'll probably need to head over here and deal with the zombies, but we need to deal with them a lot more. Devotee of the Diamond Star. A lot of health on you. An awful lot of health. Alright, well, let's see if we can't quickly gather these items first. Let's just gather what we can from just over the other side of the river. We'll pop down a good many items there to be gathered. Additionally, now that we have this, our miners should be doing quite a lot of work. Let's go ahead and build up a set of stairs all the way up top. We need a lot more stone. Now that our blacksmith should be at the point that I think they may have, in fact, finished that construction. They're still working on... Oh, they've changed what they're crafting. No, they're still working on the blacksmith's kiln. That's fine. As long as you can make that for me, then we'll get that in position and you can start making charcoal. I'll probably leave that outside, honestly, for the time being. I think that would probably be best. We can likely harvest these trees as well, though, so let's get that happening. Then we're going to want to get as many seeds as we can. Right, there we go. We have now got access up here. Right. Now, Plumber's back. How are you doing as far as getting more things made? Collecting ingredients. Okay, well, I'm going to let you keep working on that. I really don't want to have to pull Plumber's back away from that role just yet. Let us get our entire group of fighters up top. It looks like this goblin is immediately making a beeline. That's fine. It makes a lot of sense, actually. Right, we should end up having a bit of a fight with them up top there. Though they might get down the ladder before we can. No, doesn't look like they're going to... Oh, no, actually it does. Never mind then. Could you please kill them? There we go. Smack them with whatever you need to smack them with. It looks like the goblin thief has already bailed. That's a bit of an interesting one. It may have just disappeared because it got close to night. The corn, how well is the corn growing exactly? Have we used fertilizer? We have not used fertilizer. Why are we not using fertilizer? We have plenty of fertilizer available, so that leaves quite a lot to quite a lot of questions here. Desert Bow is now a goblin decimator. Well done, you. There are also wolves over here that I would like you to take out. Please and thank you. Our knight should hopefully get some decent levels here. Why is my cleric in the middle of this fight? You really shouldn't be. Probably you've got too high courage. Let's have a quick look. How high is your courage? Yeah, your spirit is super high. But you are now a cleric level 6. But ideally, we should generally be able to micromanage them to avoid them doing anything truly dumb. Aha! There we go. Some tin. That is definitely something that we wish to acquire. So, we're going to build a ladder there and then set up another little bit of a mine over here. Let's pull that down. There we go. Invaders are approaching, so we're going to need to pause that there. Resume mining, please and thank you. Where are the invaders? That is an invader I was not expecting to see. Why? Okay, I think we might actually need Plumber's back. I'm so sorry, Plumber's back, but I do not think that you're going to be able to continue being a herbalist. I think we're going to flat out need you to join us once again in the ranks of clerics. At some point, I would like to get another herbalist who can start working on that. In fact, that being said, maybe Casey... Well, no, because I would want them to be able to be a cleric at some point. Maybe I should have Manu go back to being a footman. And then Casey or Aquatami could switch over to being a bowman. Yes, actually, go and be a footman for me, please. And thank you. Let's get everyone back here. Go. Let's let everyone get down if we can. Let them work their way through the gate. It'll take them a bit of time. We are going to decline. You wouldn't want to join our town right now anyway. No. As soon as you have switched role, there we go. We'll get Casey becoming an archer. Now that is going to mean that we've dropped our DPS a little bit because it's going to be a low-level archer. But, sorry, Aquatami, as they've got well, you don't really need a high body, but this will be fine. Engaged in combat. Please don't. Let's get you, Aquatami. Go. Oh. I forgot. I completely forgot the order in which this happened. It's because I'm so used to playing with the Northern Alliance, where bows come first, then swords. Okay, change of plan. Oh, yep, you haven't put the sword away. I sort of super need you to take care of that for me. Could you please go back to being a archer? There we go. And then Aquatami can become a footman. I do apologize for that mix-up, everyone. It does suck, I know. But hopefully we'll get all of this sorted. Right, there we go. Right, now I absolutely need Aquatami. Can we get you as a footman now? Yes. Go be a footman and join our squads. Where are you headed right now? Oh, there we are. Good. This is going to be a bit nasty. We've got some archers there and we've got an ogre. This is not going to be nice for pretty much anyone. But it's the best we're going to be able to do. Right, before you head out, don't, basically. I want this fight to take place around here. So everyone come down here, get into a position. A small group from a quarry just arrived. Can we buy a bunch of ores? Hunk of slate, chunk of brown coal, a soft and less efficient kind of, you know what, I'll buy all of that, yeah. And all of that. Limestone. You know what, I'm going to buy all of your stone. Yeah, and tin ore. Yep, all of it. We've got money coming out the ears. We can afford to just buy resources. Right, I'm going to want you to focus fire the archers for now. They're the ones I want taken out of this equation because they're going to be able to do a lot of damage just from the back. Obsidian Mist. Let's get you over there. Aquatami. You've already got your target. Plumber Smack. Yeah, let's get you back. Archers. Move over here, please. I'm going to try and micromanage this as much as I can here. For this initial fight. We need to get those archers out of this fight. My entire town is just mobilized against... what? That is kind of crazy. I've got to be honest. I was not expecting it. You are going to be so messed up, though. I approve of your bravery, but I question the logic of it in this particular moment. Please just take them out. Come on, we've got to take this one down. How much life is left? 5. There we go. And they're gone. Great. Clerics? Sure. The townsfolk are doing amazingly. Wow. I'm honestly shocked. Manu, draw back a little bit. Aquatami, you're doing fantastic. Plumber Smack, you're also being quite bold, frankly, for a cleric. Try not to. Just heal Aquatami right now. Aquatami, what a boss. Taking on an ogre by themselves. What a way to begin your job as a footman. I mean, you know what? You ran away right at the end there. I don't think anyone can say anything about that. You were single-handedly taking on that ogre after being on the job for like 5 minutes. What a hero, my lord. All right, we seem to be out of the danger zone there. We should be able to take out the goblin there. There we go. We've actually got quite a lot of random loot there as well. Unfortunately, we've also got 2 smashed up gates. That part, not so great. I'll be honest. Not so great there at all. Let's go ahead and harvest all of these. Aquatami, Defender is achieved footman level 2. Yeah, you're quite right. Panting refugees appear on the horizon. Oh my lord, everything is going on at the same time. Okay. Don't you hear the howling? There are goblin wolves in the woods. Oh no, there's a dog loose in the woods. A dog loose in the woods. It feels so cold. Right, let's have a quick gander. Where is the goblin wolves? Alright, I see you. That's something we need to deal with before we do anything else. So, I may actually get my entire group to go for that. But we should have everything we needed done. We do have everything we needed done. Requires a blacksmith of level 3. to make the sword. That's fine. Requires more iron ingots. That's also fine. We should be able to make this happen, I think. Lots of things are queued right now. Alright, we have done a lot in this episode. I'll be honest with you, I am kind of shocked by how much... Oh, this is huge. By how much we've been able to do. It sort of makes sense that you wouldn't have a massive kiln inside a building. Honestly, the kiln that we've got in that room is kind of out of place. Right. Well, let's go ahead and place this down. If I can. There we go. Right there. And that is going to contain probably ores. The last thing we're going to do then in this episode is we're going to send out our pretty amazing army of 7 peeps over here to deal with this before it becomes a much, much bigger problem for us. Right. I wonder. I'm fairly certain that if you take out the wolves' enclosure before you take out the people guarding it, the wolves will actually turn against their tormentors. So let's try and do that, shall we? Also, let's try and make sure my army gets it all at the same time. That seems like a pretty smart idea if you ask me. There we go. Yep, that's good. Right, and I would like you to specifically attack the enclosure. We've got Tomcat is now prolific crafter. Oh no, sorry, the prolific crafter is now a Weaver level 5. The Weaver is now able to create decorations and other goods with outstanding appeal and beauty by using exotic resources. Master's Insight, the Weaver can now create decorations of excellent quality and will make fine quality decorations more often. Well done, everyone. Well done. Right, get in there as fast as you can. An enemy. That's fine. Let's just take this down. There we go. Right, let's have a look at what just went on. Big Al has achieved a new title. The Great Protector. Well done. Aquatami achieved a title. Goblin Killer. Because we killed a goblin building. A Bronze Axe. Oh, we're using the Bronze Axe. Just killed a goblin. Well done. And the wolves explode joyfully from the cages. Yip, yip. Ow. And didn't attack the people keeping them hostage. Okay, well, that's fine. Learned something new there. Or perhaps relearned something that I had once knew, but had since forgotten. We need to prioritize just taking out the enemies in the camp first, so that we're just not soaking hits for no particular reason. There we go. Desert Bow has achieved a new title of Goblin Killer. Well, I approve. I approve mightily. It would be so great if we could just slow them down with decent bows and spiked arrows. We need to get Poyo farming up and running, and that needs a carpenter. Once we've got a carpenter... oh, Goblin Killer has achieved footman level already. My lord, well done, you. If only our knight were equally well set up there. William has achieved a new title, Goblin Slayer. Well done. Stonewall has achieved a new title of Goblin Slayer as well. We've slain many, many goblins. And Obsidian Mist has got a new title of the Great Protector. Many, many titles for everybody. Okay, all of our citizens are at least content. We have none at Mary, and that will take some time, I think. Great Protector there as well. What have we got? Steel short swords. And ties. And coal. And gold ore. My goodness, that was a particularly good little engagement there, I must say. However, that being said, I want to put Plumber Smack back to being a herbalist. Casey would not make a good herbalist, so for the time being we just need to switch our clerics and herbalists around as the need arises to have them working on that. I don't believe Big Al should be taken off job just yet, because Big Al will be training frequently. Aquatami can no longer get any learning from being a footman. Honestly, I'm going to let Aquatami finish leveling up as footman before I switch things out there. I think that would be quite wise. Got plenty of wood over here as well, which I would very much like to come grab if I could. There we go. That would be grand. We need that wood, basically. This has gone very, very well, but I think that's where we're going to be wrapping up today's episode. We have done a pretty good job of things. We've got a lot of loot around the place that we've got to collect, and our digging is not going particularly well. We don't yet have the wall set up, and that does worry me. But the last thing I'm going to do, just to put your minds at ease, we're going to reopen our mason's shop. So we should be able to get things set up, hopefully, soon. and get all of that on the go. What just happened there? Oh, Plumber's went back to being a herbalist, that's right. And we need to set this one up to store ores. There we go. Alright, everything's done. That's going to be it for us. We should be able to hold our own a little bit better, especially once Big Al gets a few levels in Night and we actually make Big Al some decent gear. Actually, Big Al is already... Oh no, on the way to level 3. So you can still train. You've got a little bit more room to grow there, Big Al. But that is going to be it from me. I really do hope you've enjoyed. Please do leave me any comments, tips, or suggestions down below, and I will see you in the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.